guys, it's your girl Sugar Buff, and I'm back with another video. How y'all doing today? Y'all. Alright, so I was supposed to have a video out yesterday, and here's the thing, right? And I am still going to do 3 videos this week. I already released one, so I got 2 to go. The video that I filmed yesterday, I got to thinking about it, and I just was like, I don't know if I really want to release that video just yet, because the true story that I had filmed yesterday, that story is still kind of fresh. Like, it just happened 2 weeks ago, and so I don't want to put it out there and then something happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I will release that video, but just not right now. So yeah, you're gonna get a true story today, just not the true story that I really wanted to put out there. Alright? But as you can tell by the title, of course, this is a true story about the time I had a car accident, and this was the last one that I had. And it's gonna be short. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, and I'm really sorry about that, but you know. But before we get into the true story, if you're new here, welcome, welcome. Become an official Sugar Bear by hitting that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well so you know when I post a video. And why would you want to do that? Because it's beautiful over here, and that's just it. Alright, so, like I said, by the title, it's a true story about the last car accident I had. Now, I've only had 2 car accidents in my life, praise God for that. The first one was a whole ordeal, y'all. Like, for real, for real. I was getting sued and all this craziness. And at that time, I think I was 21 too. But, I mean, I could tell that story if y'all want. Just, I'm going to tell y'all that at a later date. Today, we're going to talk about the second one. Alright. So, this all happened when I was at the job that I just left for this job that I have now. So I want to say, I'm trying to think how long I had been at that job. It was a good few months because I remember we was at the new location. Excuse me. And as a matter of fact, I want to say it was like a week after we moved to the new location. Or the week of. No, it was like a week after. Don't start me lying, y'all. I know I had a car accident. That's all I know. Anyway, so, we had just moved to this new location or whatever. And it was like further down the road. But it was like a hop, skip, and a jump to get there, if that makes sense. So, there's one day I was like, I want to go out and get me something to eat for breakfast or whatever. Because, I used to work the day shift. Now I work nights or whatever, but at that job, I used to work the day shift. I would work from 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And then just had the rest of my day. That was the glory of it. And we was off Fridays and Saturdays. Well, more like off Saturdays and off Fridays sometimes. Depending on how production went during the week would determine if we had off Friday or not. And I used to hate that because they used to play with us. If y'all didn't see that video yet when I was telling y'all about the trickery, go back and watch that video. Because I believe I kind of mentioned this in that true story. But I really didn't get into detail about it. So I'm going to get into detail. And I'm itching in my ear and stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, so, like, I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and, go get something to eat or whatever. Because I had found out it was a McDonald's, like, not that far up the road from work. And I could still make it back to work in time. It was like 7 minutes away. And I could still make it back to eat or whatever. And still possibly have a little bit of time left. Than just chill in the car before I had to go back because it was a 30-minute lunch break. So, I went to the McDonald's, you know, everything was Gucci in that aspect. But here's when things got bad. So, me not knowing where I'm going at or whatever, me not knowing the area, well, come to find out I knew the area later. I just didn't recognize where I was at the time. I didn't know how to get back to my job or whatever. So, I'm listening to the GPS and whatnot, and you know, trying to make sure I don't miss my turn. Cause like I said, this is a 30-minute lunch, and I don't want to come back late. Cause you know they be saying stuff, and yeah. With this job though that I got now, you can't be late, or they be trying to tax you or whatever, taking vacation time and all that. I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. Anyway, so what happened was I had came out from, alright, so the McDonald's was on this side of the road, right? I don't know, my hand is all up. The McDonald's was on this side of the road, right? So, I came out, alright, so this is the road. The McDonald's is right here on this side of the road. I came out of the McDonald's and made that right. Now, I didn't know where to go after that. Like I said, I was listening to the GPS. GPS tells me all fast, make a right turn on such and such road. Well, me not paying attention, me not knowing, it's a car coming. So I dodged out trying to get into that lane so I could hurry up and turn, make a quick turn, a quick right turn or whatever. Next thing you know, and like I said, I was not paying attention. I was just trying to hurry up and make that turn so I could be about my day or go about my way or whatever. Next thing, all I feel and hear is boom. Now this dude evidently cannot brake because, alright, so this was the turn where I was supposed to go. I was in the middle lane and I was supposed to be in this lane. You can't see. I was in the middle lane and I was supposed to be in this lane right here so I can make that right turn onto the back street. So, like I said, it was a car coming, I did not see it. It was on incoming traffic. Now, luckily, it was just one car and not multiple cars. Praise God for that. The car hit me like boom on the passenger side, dragged me all the way to the other side of the road. Now, it was like a on the when you make that right turn, it was like a bar right here, or was that hotel? I think it was a hotel. It was like a hotel right here or a bar, and then right here is like a light pole or whatever. This car, when I tell you, he must not have been able to brake because when he hit my passenger side, he dragged me all the way to the other side where the light pole was, and I was pinned between the car and the light pole. I could not get out the car. And when I tell you, well, I couldn't get out the car from the front of the car where I was at because I was like pinned, like I said. When I tell you I was hot, I was hot. Cause like, I'm like, dang, I just got in a car accident. Now I don't have no car. What am I supposed to do? And now I'm gonna have to go through all these hoops and crap with insurance and all this craziness. Girl, it was bad. It was bad. And I'm gonna explain it though, okay? So don't think I'm gonna just not talk about it. But it was bad. So like I said, I was pinned between the car. The car was right. Alright, so this was my car. This is the light pole, which is on the left side, but when in the video it's gonna look like it's on the right, but it's really on the left. That's the light pole, and the car was right here. It was a black Dodge Charger, I wanna say. It was a really nice looking car. not like a luxury car or whatever, but it was like, it looked like we just gonna say it was a Dodge Charger, cause that's what it looked like to me. That's what I want to believe. It's starting to look dark in here. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit better. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna say it was a Dodge Charger or whatever. And I wanna say that's what kind of car it was. It was black and it was really nice. But yeah, so he gets out the car and I'm like on the phone with my, before he got out the car, I got on the phone and I'm like talking to my brother or whatever, because we worked at the same place, him and his homeboy, who, you know, in the end, he my brother too. Not in real, like, not like blood brother, but we like brother and sister now. So, I'm on the phone with my brother, like, bro, I just got into a car accident, right? So then, my brother on the phone, the dude get out the car, I start yelling, why didn't you watch where you was going? You just hit me. Da 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 da. He like, no, you dodged out in front of me. Da 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 da. I'm like, bro. In all reality, I did not mean to react like that, but the fact that I had got hit like that and was now out of a car and would have to go through all these hoops and crap, that's what made me mad. And then too, it made me mad because I really liked that car. I've really liked all my cars, but I always wanted a Nissan Versa, and it was a red one too. This car was nice. Had the little swoop on the back. Now, granted, it did not have remote start or whatever because it wasn't an SUV. It was just a regular, you know, regular degular. But you know, it was my regular degular. You know what I'm saying? It was a really nice car. Like, how dare you? So, you know, I get off the phone. The dude dips off. I call the cops. Um, I call the cops. Then I called like the somebody at my job to let them know what had just happened. And so, you know, so they wouldn't be like, oh, where's Shalene at? She didn't come back to work yet. That type of deal. Had text my boss, but of course he didn't answer until later. By the way, if you don't know who I'm talking about my boss, Tommy. If you don't know who Tommy is, go back and watch that video, The Trickery. I'm telling you, it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. Anyway, so, you know, the cops come, and, if you remember me telling y'all in the video, The Trickery, I was telling y'all about how I had called, Los. I named them Los. LOS. When I had called, Los, I had called Los to try to get him on the phone and tell him what happened, because, you know, like I told y'all in The Trickery, I thought we was friends. Lies and garbage, I told myself. Okay? Anyway. So, you know, he didn't pick up the phone, so that put me a little down in my spirit, or whatever. And then, so the cops came, you know, let me know what was going on, how this was going to go, call insurance, this, that, and the third. My brother came and picked me up, took me to the hospital, because at first I was like telling the supervisor, I think she was a supervisor, don't start me, I don't remember. Everybody be so wrapped up in titles like these warehouse jobs, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so I called the supervisor, and at first I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back to work or whatever, right? But then after the accident, maybe like 5-10 minutes later, I started feeling weird. Like my neck, the back of my neck was hurting. I just started feeling jittery, and And the supervisor was like, nah, yeah, I was gonna tell you, go ahead to the hospital. And she was like, make sure you get you a lawyer too. Now, granted, I had tried to get a lawyer, but nobody was answering my phone calls. And here's the thing though, too. I was trying to get like a public defender or whatever, just in case. And I know what y'all thinking, public defender, Shalene, like, that's for people going to prison. More like, somebody that works pro bono. There you go. I couldn't think of the term. Somebody that works pro bono or whatever. And if y'all don't know what pro bono is, that's basically somebody that works, for free or whatever, and they don't charge you for their services. I only learned that because this one movie, what is it called? Being Erin Brockovich. That taught me about pro bono, okay? That's a good movie, by the way, by Julia Roberts. Y'all gotta watch that. It's a good movie. And, but pro bono is just not in, terms of a lawyer. I think that's in, like, multiple career fields. Don't quote me, though. I just know I heard it in Erin Brockovich, and that's what it means. Anyway, so, but I'll tell y'all about that in a little bit. Anyway, so, I had went to the hospital or whatever, and, my brother had AAA, so he had AAA come tow the car to the house. And like I told y'all, my car was so jacked up. The whole driver's side was like, I'm trying to think. Alright, so here's a water bottle, right? And this was, what was the driver's side? Was on the left. Imagine this is the car, right? I know it's kind of big, but imagine this is the car. The whole driver's side was like this. Hold on. Because, yeah. If you can imagine that. You know what I'm saying? It was. And, too, the airbags released. And then it had, like, this really weird smell. I don't know if it was from the airbags, but it was this really weird, like, smell coming from the car after I had, got hit or whatever. And I really, to this day, I do not know what that was, but it was like a really weird smell, and it was like smoke, but the car wasn't on fire. Because had the car been on fire, I'd have known that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing, like, life-threatening, but to me, in my thoughts, I'm like, what if I'm breathing in something that could damage my lungs later on in life? Luckily, by the grace of God, I'm okay, I'm healthy, yeah. So, like I was saying, so, I went to the hospital. My car was in the driveway, and my mom was out of town at the time, so, she couldn't really help me, so I just was like, dang. So I'm at the hospital, trying to get checked out, letting them know, hey, I got neck pain, and that was basically it, just the neck pain, because, like, the jittery feeling had went away. It was just the neck pain, and it was on the back of my neck, though. It wasn't like my whole neck, it was just the back of my neck. And ooh, Lord, that's some terrible pain, I'm telling you. And you think, I guess because, too, like people say, when your adrenaline is, like, pumping from, something like that done happen, you don't feel any pain. Like, say, for instance, you get into a fight with somebody, or, you fighting for your life, somebody stab you or something, but you trying to, like, defend yourself. You don't feel that pain until after the incident, like, minutes, maybe an hour or so after the incident. Don't quote me on that, but, like, I felt maybe 10 minutes later. And so, Yeah. And so, at the time, um, it was just me and my mom living here, and so, I was alone, like, all the time after that. Because, like I said, my mom had went out of town. And I want to say this was around the time, was it? I want to say this was around the time that, this was after I had broke up with Mute or whatever. Like, a month or two after I had broke up with Mute. Because, yeah. If y'all don't know that situation, go back and watch the story, the true story about my 9-month relationship. And then too, you can watch the video that I posted yesterday. I kind of talked about it a little bit, but not really. I'm more in detail in the 9-month relationship video, so go watch that. But yeah, this was like a few months after I had dumped Mute or whatever. And so, what happened then? Okay, yeah, so I was like home alone and I felt alone, and they had me on this really powerful medication. I was not at work, and, the thing about it is, I believe at this time, this was at my job, this is when they was doing like the surprise, you got a day off, type of deal. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Because I had the car accident one day, and the next day I was due to be off. When regularly my shift would be working or whatever. But to make things fair, so second shift, because second shift was always whining about something, and that drink used to pluck my nerve. Like, we was always getting in trouble for some stuff. Like, to make it fair for second shift, first shift had the day off. And I'm just like, who can afford that? Like, we already got off Friday and Saturday. Now y'all want to give us off a extra day. Like, people got bills, and like, I understand about second shift, and I sympathize with them to a certain extent. But at the same time, these people, they will sit up there and stay late, or in this instance though, because yeah, when they did work, they would like stay really late. But in this instance, they was getting off like 6, 7 o'clock at night when they were supposed to be getting off like 10, 11 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? They what's happening? They basically would work like a half a day or whatever, because it wouldn't be enough labels to go around. And I remember I had worked one of them shifts. I wasn't supposed to work the whole shift, but because something had happened, I had to cover for somebody. But anyway, that was at the old building. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, I'm getting off the topic. Anyway, and I keep saying anyway. Yeah, um, so, um, you know, I was home alone. Of course, I had, well, y'all don't know, but I have a dog, and it was me and him here, but, that's not human interaction. Anyway, so, I wouldn't say it was like a deep depression, but it was like, on the, I can't really explain it, y'all. It was like moderate depression, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't like all the way depressed, because I know what that feels like. I used to be like that, like many years ago when I was in school. And that's because I was getting bullied all the time, but, like, um, it was like one of those things where it was like, dang, like, and then the depression state only happened for the simple fact that the car was sitting out in the driveway, and every time I had to go outside to take my dog to the bathroom, I could see the car all beat up. And what happened Was I having flashbacks about it? No. But at the same time, it's just like, I want to get this car out of my sight so I can move on with my life. And I think it would really, really help if, you know, I just don't see it anymore. And then I had to take pictures of it for the insurance company, so that didn't really help my mental state either. But, of course, you know, you have to take pictures of the damage so, you know, the insurance company can assess, you know, the damage or whatever and decide whether they want to total the car or if it's worth saving. Which is dumb to me because they take it to the auto shop anyway and assess it there too. So it's just like, yeah. So, of course, like I said, I had to call the insurance company. Had to make sure, they was on top of their job because if y'all ever been in a car accident, then y'all know how much of a hassle it is. These insurance companies will have you waiting around forever for a specific, simple answer about things. Like I said, I had to stay, and so you have to stay on them about these things. Because I'm like, I'm going to have to go back to work, and granted, I could get rides with my brother, but I really much rather just drive myself, because like I said, he didn't live here at the time. He lived further down the road, which, I mean, you have to come to my house before you get to his house, but I just much rather drive myself, you know what I'm saying? When are used to your independence and you're used to being able to just get up and go, taking yourself places, it's really, really, like, it's a real drag when you have to depend on people to take you somewhere or, just to do things for you in general. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't get my rental car right away. It was like a week later when I got it. But I did get a rental eventually. But one thing, like I did mention in the video about the trickery, and this was before I got my rental car, by the way. There was this one girl I used to be cool with. I'm not going to give her a name because she's irrelevant to the story, but like, well, not irrelevant, but she just only played her part in this instance. But like, no, let's give her a name because I remember I was telling her. All right, so yeah, let's give her a name. We're gonna name her. Let's just name her Honey because I can't think of nothing else. So, me, my brother, and Honey was like, we was cool or whatever. And she was more so cool with my brother than me. Like, we would talk and whatnot, but it was not like how her and my brother was talking. So, I remember this one specific day, and this was the day I thought I was going to get my rental car, but the Enterprise was like telling me they had nothing, like no cars I could rent, and I had to make a reservation. So just a side note, the pandemic messed everything up because there's like certain car parts or whatever, I can't remember what it's called. Something that involves the cars that made it hard for the dealers, like the car dealers, to manufacture the cars to get them to get them out to the rental spots and the dealerships in general. So it was a shortage. It was like a specific car part that, yeah, I can't remember what it was though. So, and I had looked in the parking lot too, like, oh, this don't look good. Like, it was cars in the parking lot, but it wasn't like a lot of cars, you know what I'm saying? But, so the day I thought I was gonna be getting my rental, I had went to the gym with Honey or whatever. Remember I told y'all I was having neck pain. So this was probably the dumbest thing ever, but I did it anyway because I was just like, I needed to, I wanted to try to work out to like maybe get my mind off of things because just being here at home was like depressing as hell because, yeah, it was depressing. So, and I'm not going to explain the whole situation about Los again. If you want to know about that specific time, because I had seen Los that day before I had sped off, dipped off to the gym with Honey or whatever. Because alright, so it was after work actually, and Honey was taking me, right. I was riding with Honey to go to the gym after work. And then I seen Lowe's, and that whole thing happened. I'm not going to explain it again. Went to the gym. What? Sorry, y'all. Went to the gym, had a workout. My neck wasn't hurting no more. Of course, it wasn't like an instant thing, but I mean, like a few hours later, my neck was not hurting no more. So I was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt good. And like I said in the trickery video, I do not recommend y'all go to the gym after you have a car accident because you could be further damage to your body than what you already had. So don't ever do that. And it was really dumb on my part, but at the same time, like I said, Honey had um extended the olive branch for me to go to the gym with her, and so I just was like, okay, yeah, I'll go or whatever. So after the gym, Honey took me, like, brought me home. Then me and my mom hopped in the car. I went to the rental spot. They was like, nah, it don't work like that. You gotta make a reservation. So made a reservation, and the following week, that's when I got the car, like the rental car. And this was a nice little rental car too, and that's what had started me wanting to get the Volkswagen or whatever. 'Cause they gave me a Volkswagen Golf, and this car was nice. Like, it wasn't SUV nice, like with the remote start and all that. You had to start it with a key, but it was really like a really, really nice. It was roomy or whatever. So I wanted the Volkswagen Golf to be my next car because I was like, yeah, now I gotta get another car. And this always happens to me, right? My mom will get a rental for something. I'll be like, ooh, I want this to be my next car. And then I end up getting that car. And that's what happened with the Nissan Versa. My mom had a Nissan Versa. Now, granted, it wasn't the one that I got, but it was a Nissan Versa. And so, and I had come to realize later on, like, yeah, this ain't the car I really wanted. Like, I wanted a Versa, no doubt, but it wasn't that Versa that I wanted. But I needed a car, so I just took that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of side conversations going on. My bad, y'all. My thoughts is everywhere. And this happens every time I tell a true story, I feel like. Anyway, so, like I was saying, um, I got a mark on my forehead? Look weird as hell. Anyway, so, like I was saying, so, I had got a black, Volkswagen Golf, and I was like, I like this car. It's got room in it, and the seating was very comfortable. I like how my body just sunk into the seat or whatever. It was really, really nice. Anyway, and it had the backup cam with it and all of that. So I had asked the adjuster though with the insurance company if I had to wait for the I want to say case, for lack of a better term. If Yeah, so I was like asking him, do I have to wait for this to be over before I can go ahead and get a new car? And he was like, nah, you can get a new car now. And I was like, bet, because I knew they was about to come trying to confiscate the rental or whatever, and I was going to be able to keep it forever. So, the day I had got the rental, me and my mom went and got some food. We went to Outback Steakhouse, and that's like one of my favorite places to go now, but not really, because sometimes the food be like lackluster, mediocre, regular, or whatever. So, yeah. Lately, though, if you look at my Sunday Funday post, you be seeing I'm at Cheesecake Factory like every Sunday. Oh, yeah, and if you don't follow me on IG, follow me on IG. I'll leave that link in the description box, because every Sunday I do a Sunday Funday post. As of lately, it's been what I'm eating on Sunday. But I don't know if people even like that, but like I'm gonna also try to do like inspirational quotes and things like that on my Sunday Funday post, just to like mix it up a little bit. Or I might just do both. Who's to say? You'll just have to follow me on IG and find out. Alright, so back to what I was saying. So yeah, me and my mom had went to go eat, and you know, everything was Gucci for a little bit because I had my rental, and I started to feel a little bit better about life. Because I was like, yeah, you know, the Nissan Versa is gone, and I love that car, but like, you know, things aren't looking like a little bit better. Because I had remembered too, I forgot to mention, like a few days after the car accident, like I said, my mom was out of town. I had called her, and I like bawled out crying because, like I said, I was in a depressed state. Like my mental health was not like in shambles, but it was like dwindling. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't in a bad shape. You know, like it wasn't in a bad shape. And I was calling I just felt so alone, like, because nobody was here. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to be home soon. Don't even worry about it. We're going to get your rental. And like I said, stay on top of these insurance companies because they'll have you waiting forever for a rental. And two, a little bit more advice for you. If you get car insurance, always make sure you get full coverage. Yeah, it costs more money, but in the long run, if you run into these situations, you're going to have everything you need. You have access to a rental, roadside assistance, or, you know, I don't know how all the insurance companies do it, but I know when you get full coverage, you are able to get a rental car and all that. So, I stayed on top of that adjuster. Like, so when can I get my rental? When can I get my rental? When can I get my rental? Because it's not them. So, I mean, it's not like if it were them, they want things to go that fast too. So, yeah, I'm like, I need this rental because I gotta get back on the road and I gotta go to work and this, that, and the third. You know, so yeah, stay on top of these insurance companies. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I had the rental for a little bit. I want to say I had it for like a week or whatever. And so the adjuster, um, the adjuster had told me, yeah, you can just go ahead and go get another car now. You don't have to wait. And you know, I had sent in my the title of my car and you know all that stuff you gotta do when you have a car accident. My main issue though, and I was scared. Like I was scared for the simple fact that the first time I had a car accident, the dude tried to sue me. Now, luckily, and I'll tell you a little snippet because that's going to be a true story also. The thing that had kept me safe in that situation was, come to find out, the person that I had the car accident with, he had they had said they found out he had a history of trying to you know sue people in these car accidents. Because when I initially, and like I said, this is a little snippet. When we initially had the car accident, he was like, oh, he was good or whatever. And granted, yeah, like I said, you don't feel it at first. But then the dude tried to say, oh, my neck is hurting. Oh, I need workers' comp and da 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 da. It was a whole hot mess, girl. It was a whole hot mess. But like I said, he had been trying to work the system for a long time. And so that's what got me, that and God got me out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that will be a true story or whatever, and I will tell that at a later date. And granted, I may miss a few details because I don't remember everything. That was like many, many, many years ago, but I'll do my best. Back to current situation. All right, so I had called up, the dealership or whatever where I had got my Versa, and I had, explained to them, I wanted to come in and see about getting a car or whatever because I had a car accident and I had bought a car from y'all before, and I had a car accident and I need transportation and they gonna come take this rental. So I want to say it was the day of, yeah, the day they were supposed to come, I was supposed to return the rental was the day I actually got my new car. Now, like I said, I wanted a Volkswagen Golf, but they didn't have it. So they was like, we got a Volkswagen Tiguan. And y'all already know the story about that. Lord have mercy, y'all. This car, in the beginning, the car was running really, really good. But then, like, maybe a month down the line, before I even had made my first car note payment, the car started acting stupid. And I went, oh, sorry, y'all. And I had went months and months and months with stuff like this going on until I just could not take no more because things was not getting better, they was getting worse. And I had actually took that car to the mechanic or whatever, and they was all like, oh, we can't do nothing because we ain't found nothing wrong with it. And I'm like, I know there's something wrong with it. And at first when, what? At first when, the issues had started with the Tiguan or whatever, it was like sporadic. But then it started to happen like a little too often, and then that's what made me like, oh, I need to get another car because I can't be doing this. And then too, I knew I was about to start my new job, and I have to go over a bridge where you can't pull off to the side to get it together. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that could be dangerous because what if the car cuts off and I'm just like in the middle of this bridge and there's nothing I could do. That could cause, traffic issues, that could cause a car accident, this, that, and the third. And then too, like I said, the car just was beginning to be not safe to drive at all. Short distances, maybe. Maybe. But as far as I have to go for my job now, no. So like I was saying, so I went to the dealership and they approved me for the Tiguan or whatever. That car note was $655, y'all. $655 for a daggone piece of junk. Now, granted, I could somewhat afford it. Ooh, I can't talk. I could somewhat afford it because it was monthly. But, I mean, I do have other bills too. But I was like, and this one has started me liking SUVs because that car was an SUV. I mean, it had everything. This joint was like a luxury SUV. Y'all know, sunroof, remote start, The Bluetooth display was nice. Like, it was a nice size or whatever. What else did I have with that car? I had a CD player, in which the car I have now has a CD player as well. But the neat thing about this, the SUV, the Volkswagen, the CD player was in the glove compartment. I was like, that's lit. And then, it was just, it had a lot of room in it or whatever, and it was really, really nice. Really, really nice. But, as y'all know, that junk had problems. And I really tried to hold on to it. I'm sorry, I'm scratching myself. I really tried to hold on to it, but I just was like, I can't do this because I'm going to end up busted on a side of the road somewhere, not knowing what I'm going to do with my life. not in that aspect, but I'm just being sarcastic, if that's the term for it. I'm just being funny. Anyway. So yeah, I got the Volkswagen Tiguan, and the good thing about this dealership is they dealt with the rental car people that I had got the rental from, so I didn't have to return the rental. The rental car people would just come pick up the car from the dealership, and I could just drive off or whatever. So I got the Volkswagen Tiguan, and after that, things were okay for a little bit. But like I said, the Volkswagen had problems, like major issues. Don't ask me exactly what was going on. All I can tell you is this: all types of lights was cutting on after a while. The car was jerking. The remote start wasn't working anymore like it was supposed to. And when I say it wasn't working, I mean like, alright, so in case you've never had a SUV with a remote start, it's got like, alright, say this is my keyring, right? So this is the little remote. It's got a remote start, has a button you can hit, and you click it twice, and it cuts the car on outside, and you could be inside, and it'll warm the car up for you and all that. Oh, and it had heated seats. I missed that. I missed the sunroof and the heated seats. Everything else they could have kept. Like, yeah, the heated seats was lit. Anyway, because in the wintertime, it was a lifesaver. I'm telling y'all, them heated seats got hot as hell, and it was lovely. It was lovely. Anyway, so yeah, so like I said, I got the Tiguan, but after a while, the Tiguan started having problems, and it just was like, dang. Then I had got hired for the job that I have now. So the day before I started that job I have now, I'm starting. The day before I started the job that I have now, I traded the Tiguan in for my Nissan Rogue, and I have not had no problems out of it. So Nissans are really good cars, though. So I mean, that's probably why we be seeing them everywhere. I would say they're good on gas. Well, they are. They're good on gas depending on if you get like a SUV or if you just get a regular, Nissan car or whatever. It depends on what kind of car it is, because SUVs are like gas guzzlers and they take more gas. But yeah, Nissans all around are really good cars. And then too, I'm back with the finance company that I was with when I had the first Nissan, so I'm happy about that, because come to find out, the company that I was dealing with the Volkswagen, they have a history, and they're under fire, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, so, I guess the moral of this true story is yes, it may feel like there are dark, even when you're in dark times, and I'm trying to get it, like, trying to word it in a way, I'm trying to word it in a way, anyway, I can't even get my words out right. But yeah, so, even in dark times, you just have to keep going, keep striving forward, keep the faith, because there is going to be light at the end of that tunnel. You just have to keep going and keep, striving for a better day, a better outcome. And there's actually a saying, it's on my Facebook page. Rafael Gomez. Sorry. I used to have it. Wait, it is on my Instagram. I want to say it is. I want to say it is. I'm going to look it up because it's really, really deep. And one thing, too, not trying to boast or brag, but one thing, when I used to be on Facebook heavy, I always left a deep quote. And I'd just be like looking at myself and thinking, where did that even come from? But like for me, I'm a really deep thinker anyway, so I I think a lot. So like it's nobody but God that be giving me these words to say. It says, though we always seem to live for the good times, we must be thankful for the dark times. It's the dark times that make us who we are. It's the dark times that make us stronger and more aware. It's the dark times that make us thankful for every day and every blessing. It's the dark times that put the pieces to our soul back together. It just all depends on how you look at it. It just all depends on how you look at it. You can't know and be grateful for the good in life if you've never seen the other side. And yeah, I just said that to say, you just, even when it seems like things aren't gonna get better, you just have to keep going and, be thankful for the dark times. You know what I'm saying? Be thankful for and I know it don't make sense. I know it don't make sense. But like I said, and the dark times are what makes a person. Like what you do in that time, in your time of need, in your time of depression, whatever, anxiety, whatever it may be, that makes you or determines the type of person you're going to be when you get back to the light. You know what I'm saying? So just don't give up, keep going in life, and eventually the light will come to you. You know what I'm saying? Eventually the light will come to you. You just got to keep walking through your dark times. Keep walking through that dark tunnel, and you'll see the light. There was another quote I put to you, but that's on Facebook, and I don't feel like looking for it because it was like many years ago. But the quote basically said, I can't even remember now. Something about even when it seems like you're gonna be stuck in the dark, keep going, you'll find the light, or something like that. I can't remember. Like I said, I used to post all types of deep stuff on Facebook all the time, and it be coming from my mind. It don't be other people's quotes. Yeah, I do post other people's quotes, but the real deep stuff be coming from me. But anyway, y'all didn't come here for that. But thank you so much for viewing my video. Thank you to everyone for rocking with me. I love y'all so very much. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for just being you, for wanting to be a part of the Sugar Bear community. And yeah, it's not a lot of us right now, but so what? We gonna grow. We gonna grow. Just you know, hold on. We gonna grow, and it's gonna be a group of us. All right. But like I said in the beginning, if you're new here, become an official Sugar Bear by hitting that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well, so you know when I post a video. And check on your loved ones, stay safe, and keep it breezy, y'all. Bye!